Humboldt State Athletics presents Humboldt State Tonight with your host, J.B. Mathers.
My pleasure now to be joined by head basketball coach Tom Wood. A lot of storylines, obviously, with the HSU Lumberjacks. Did it sink in at all that you coached your last quote-unquote regular season home game in front of the Lumberjack fans? Now, we know it's not going to be the last game here in Lumberjack Arena, but, you know, when they're out there honoring you, which I'm sure was a surprise before the game, did the moment take in or set in at all with you?
Well, I kind of knew something was up,
Okay.
you know, so the secret was out a little bit that they wanted me to come out at half court, but that was cool. You know, I got a nice ovation, and what I hope people understand and realize is just how much I appreciate the fans that come out and support us week after week, year after year. It's been great here, and you know, they were clapping to me, but what I should have did is stopped. If I thought, you know, I didn't get caught up in my own self-importance, I should have turned around and gave them a standing ovation, because it was without them, we would not have done the things we've done.
Well, you won, so I'm sure they were happy campers beating them. But, you know, it's fun. I get a chance to sit next to you during the game, before the games, and I love it. Every fan, it's just that home crowd feeling. I couldn't imagine going to an NBA game or a UCLA game and the fans getting to come up, hey, coach, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I know you're focused on the game and you're not interested probably in socializing with fans, but yet the fans still come up, they say hi, you say, hey, how's it going? I mean, there's really a bond going on there.
Yeah, we had a number of people come by, and you know, I try to respond to them, but I like to go out and watch teams warm up. A lot of coaches don't. I like to go out there and look at our opponents. They always look big and tough and strong, you know. So, but I like that, and you know, we get people coming by, tapping me on the shoulder, and especially lately, they've been congratulating me on my retirement and stuff. So that's been kind of cool.
All right, 29 years, Coach Cheek is coming up next. When he hired you, did you think, okay, here I am, I'm going to go plug in for the next 30 years? I'm sure as a young guy too. Did you have visions of getting started here, maybe being at UCLA, or what's going through your mind when you're hired as the head basketball coach at Humboldt State?
Well, I thought it was a great opportunity for me. I was young, 32 years old at the time, I think, and I thought it was an opportunity for me to strut my stuff and apply what I thought I'd learned. And yeah, you know, I think I get what Frank always says about he knew I'd stay around for a long time. Well, he knew a lot more than I did, because I thought after a year or two I'd have UCLA calling, or I'd be on my way, you know, or heck, maybe in the NBA. But that hasn't happened, and he seemed to be prophetic that way. He knew I'd be around for a long time. But I can't imagine not living out the way it went. You know, it's certainly been a great run for us. We've enjoyed this community, been part of the community, and I can't imagine, had I made a decision to go somewhere else early in my career, I think I'd have missed out on a whole lot of great moments and great memories.
All right, hopefully in the distant future, not too distant, we'd rather avoid, but we can have that conversation about your greatest moments and things of that sort. Having that said, your teams are right in the middle of things. You're tied for first place. You had a tough loss to a Cal Poly Pomona team who apparently doesn't miss shots from the floor on Thursday night, and then you came out against San Bernardino and you had a convincing win against them. Your thoughts on this past weekend and where your team stands right now with 2 weeks left before the conference tournament?
If you asked me on October 15th, we'd be going into 4 games tied in first place, I'd say, okay, I'll take it, you know. But we know we've, as Pomona has, as San Bernardino, we've stubbed our toes and had a few hiccups. But I like where we're at. You know, I didn't necessarily like the way we went about our business against a very disciplined, very tough-minded, physically tough Pomona team. I thought we, you know, I stepped away from the fight instead of stepping into the fight. And you know, the game of basketball is really physical. People don't recognize that as physical. You know, you need to embrace the physicality, the mental toughness. And so I challenged our guys on Friday, the day after our defeat. And, you know, I accused them of being a little bit soft. I accused them of being not mentally tough enough. I accused them of being front runners, and said some things I probably wouldn't say to a stray dog. But at the same time, I thought we needed to get our focus back. And I think it paid dividends. The next night out, we played with the right kind of hustle, right kind of fight, right kind of combativeness that you need to beat a good team like San Bernardino.
All right, tomorrow night you're going to be at Cal State. Stanislaus, a team you had a lot of success against here at home, and then Chico State. We always know about that. However, you got 4 on the road. Is it realistic to set the goal as we've got to run the table, or what is your goal as a coaching staff looking forward to these Final Four road games?
Well, we like to run the table. Obviously, I think you'll get yourself in trouble. You start thinking too far ahead. And we got 4 games on the road. A couple of those games are going to be our opponent's senior night, and that seems to always elevate the other team. But we're smart. We know where we're at. We can do the math. We know we need to run the table. If we do that, then we're going to be at least, at worst, a co-champion, and a very good chance that we could be champions outright, something that we want to do, one of the goals we set for the year. So we're going to take one game at a time, JB. We're going to try to get ready for Stanislaus, then see if we can't regroup and get ready for Chico, and that's how we're going to play out the rest of the season.
Let's talk about a couple of your players. We know about Zach Tiedemann. I mean, he's the quarterback. He's the man. He's tough. He's Mr. Everything. You got Brian Morris, who's a super talent. He's strong inside. I mean, I can see that he frustrates you at times, but he is what he is in the middle. He commands a lot of respect. And then you've kind of got these role players who didn't seem to really – a lot of them seem to be not there Thursday night, and maybe they heard the message because a lot of those guys, the Kevin Atkins, the Kyle Baxters, the Ernie Spady, the Elliott Babcock-Ricks, they played a huge role for you on Saturday night.
Well, they did, and they stepped up, and we need 1 or 2 or 3, or if not all of those guys to step up to complement what Zach does for us, what Brian Morris does for us. But just to throw it just on those guys' shoulders, it's a team thing, including coaches. We got to get our act together. Zach and Brian have got to play the correct way, and then hopefully 1 or 2, like I said, or maybe all of them will step up. If we do that, then we can beat anybody in our conference or even in Division II basketball. So that's what we strive for. That's what we keep talking, and they haven't been as consistent as I like to. They'd be in that second group, but you know, I sure like the way they played on Saturday night.
All right, Coach, one last time. How good would it feel to beat Chico State?
It always feels good to beat Chico. There's something about them. They've been a rival from way back when. So whenever you can go beat them, and plus if you get a chance or opportunity to beat them in their own court, I can't think of anything sweeter. But once again, we're going to wait until we get there. So we're going to concentrate on Stanislaus first.
Coach, appreciate it as always. Good luck on the road as they rack up the miles. Frank Cheek, who, well, he's got plenty to say about everything. He joins us next. It's Humboldt State tonight, and Jody Gleason's on deck.
Warm up to savings on a new Lopi or Vermont casting stove at Schaefer's Ace Hardware in Henderson Center. The stove department has been remodeled and features the latest stoves with the latest technology. Ask about a tax credit on qualifying stoves at Schaefer's. Fixing up your home has never been easier with quality Ace and Benjamin Moore paints from Schaefer's Paint Department. Pick out your colors and let the helpful Ace consultants make it happen. Eureka's helpful hardware place for stoves, paint, and much more. Schaefer's Ace Hardware in Henderson Center, Eureka.
When you're enjoying the great Pilsner taste of a Miller Lite, do you ever think about the way it's triple hops brewed? I mean, you're out there with a few friends, drinking a Miller Lite. Does the fact that we add hops at 3 different times during the brewing, instead of all at once, ever cross your mind? Yeah, that's what we thought. But go ahead and enjoy that great taste anyway. Triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
Do you like authentic New York-style pizza? Come down and enjoy Big Pete's Pizza in Arcata on the corner of 15th and G Street, or our new Eureka location off the 101 on 5th and R Street. Big Pete's has 12 beers on tap, 10 big flat-screen TVs, and arcade games for the kids. Call us up for delivery anytime and let us bring you the finest pizza the North Coast has to offer. That's right, we deliver. Call us in Arcata at 826-1890 or in Eureka at 441-1151.
Joined now by the easy part of the program where we give away pizza to viewers like you, courtesy of Big Pete's Pizza, Eureka, and Arcata. All right, today's trivia right here, Lumberjack Arena. It's been sold out the last 2 Saturdays. Hopefully it'll be sold out again for the conference tournament. What is a sellout? How many rabid fans were in here for the sellout? Send your answer to JB, that's me, at jbmathers.com. The winner will be picked if you get the answer right, and you'll get a free pizza pie courtesy of Big Pete's Pizza.